Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hello. Hello. We are recording. Whenever you're done. Hello, modern day hippies.
I'm your host, Anita.
And I am Taylor.
And we are modern day hippies. No shit. 11th episode.
Hi guys, welcome back to Modern Day Hippies. We are here on another Monday with, again, technical difficulties with our mics, with our laptop, but we are here and we are queer.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we have a special guest.
A very exciting, special, lovely person.
Her name is Danielle, and I met her through Danita.
And I met her through Mason. She's probably one of the most, how do I say this? One of the best people I've ever met in my whole entire life. Has her path, like she knows what she's doing. Super healthy, just is one of those people that you can go to and have a really good conversation with. And so I'm super happy to have her on the show and to get her insight today.
We want a healthy life. I want my healthy wife, and that equals a healthy life.
Healthy wife, healthy life.
Happiness.
Yes.
All right, so here is Danielle.
Woo! Okay.
All right, we're in the podcast room with Danielle.
Hello.
Welcome to Modern Day Hippies.
Yay!
Thank you for having me.
We're just like a little nervous right now, but I think it'll be okay in a little bit. We're gonna forget that there's even a mic that we're like
all sharing
recording.
around the circle table.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah. So I met Danielle because of Mason.
Yes.
Everybody knows Mason.
Mason.
Yay, Macy.
Macy.
And yeah, I mean, I think our friendship just grew from there.
Yes.
I
invited you over for nacho night.
Yes, and I love that, and it was so good. And I cooked black bean burger bowls today, so hopefully you
they're
enjoyed
delicious.
that.
Super healthy. So Danielle is a health coach and group fitness instructor in training.
Yes. Both in training. But yes, I am also in finance for my full-time job.
What school did you go to?
I went to Indiana University. Danita's wearing a sweatshirt right now. I studied finance and business analytics, but throughout my life and college career, athletics and health were always a big part of my life in general. So that's where my passion to, go into health coaching and become a group fitness instructor really started. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, Mason would tell me that you guys would go work out at like 6 a.m. and he would have to like come get you from your dorm and all of that stuff. So that's really cool.
Yeah, Mason definitely, he loves to take credit.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure he does.
I mean, definitely our freshman year was when that was happening, and like that was a big transition period. It's, you hear those stories all the time. Everyone, when they go away to college, they're like, freshman year, was a struggle.
And freshman 15.
Anything. Yeah. And that was definitely, that point in my life where I went from being a 3-sport athlete in high school and even having summer practices and stuff like that. I was year-round doing athletics and being on a team, and college was like, okay, wait.
What am I doing?
Oh, I can't just, eat whatever I wanted anymore. Like I had to go to the gym on my own. There wasn't a scheduled time I was going to go to the gym. There was no one getting me to go. There was no coach yelling at me, telling me what to do. It was
the discipline of it all.
Exactly. And, Mason was like, he likes to say that, he got me out there.
Right, I know. That's
his
the one.
favorite thing, we did do this, but there was one day there was this giant open field and people like walked to class around it. Whatever. He had a parachute that you like strap onto your
Not this
shoulders.
thing. He still has it.
Yeah, you strap it on your shoulders and you run sprints, and it's a resistance training without weights or anything, but you're running. We're out in this open field. People are walking to class. We're just like running back and forth with a fucking parachute behind us. It's just like,
What are these psychos doing?
Yeah, Mason just loved to like take credit and bring that up, but anyways, I definitely got really into it second semester. First semester was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
First semester freshman year was a lot, but second semester I was watching YouTube videos of like how to work out, following more people on how to work out, and yeah, that was like that was the beginning in the transition phase. Like my family could tell you, I was watching like bodybuilders and stuff like that, and not that I wanted to be in like a bikini competition or anything, but I was following like those types of people and learning how to work out because of like
They know what they're
they
doing.
know what they're doing.
They go
yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
They have the biggest impact, probably.
Yeah.
Their
So
bodies.
So you said you did sports in high school. What sports did you do?
yes, so I grew up and I played every sport you can probably think of except volleyball. There was something about volleyball I was just horrible at. But I did cross country, basketball, and track and field throughout high school.
Nice.
I can't even imagine you playing basketball.
Really? I know because I'm short.
All the shorties.
Yeah. Don't worry, like when I got to like varsity, I was on the bench and I was playing JV like as a senior or something. Freshman year of high school, I didn't run cross country, and that was in the fall. It was like the first sport when I got into high school because I did it throughout middle school, and I was actually, not to toot my own horn, I was very good at it when I was in middle school. High school's another transition period where hormones, like all of that stuff, puberty, whatever. And I wasn't as good in high school, but I did not want to run. Like even though I was good in middle school, I hated it.
I hate running.
I
know it's good for you, but like cardio, not it. So I understand.
Yeah, I did not like it, so I played tennis. I played tennis.
Fun.
It was very
Do you
fun.
still play today?
No.
Okay.
I would play, I just don't.
This summer, you and I have 2 rackets.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm serious. I will play.
I've been trying to get Mason
It's
to
so
do it
fun.
with me. I mean, like, he will go every now and then, but like,
Yeah.
I just really want to get into it because it's like such a bougie sport. I feel
Yeah.
like.
She wants to wear a tennis skirt. She
Yeah.
wants to do the whole
It's
vibe.
fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the grunting, hell yeah, why not?
In gym class, we would do that in high school. We would.
I love it. You know I made you do that. I played tennis, and then basketball season rolled around, and that was my like main focus at freshman year of high school. Basketball season rolled around, and I was not in shape for that. Wow, like holy shit, basically. Cross country when I was in middle school was really getting me into shape for basketball, and I thought I loved basketball, but anyways, fast forward, basketball season was okay. Track, running long distance, but it wasn't as aggressive as cross country. Then the coach recruited me to, do cross country. Why are you doing track? We knew you were good in middle school. Just do summer running. I was very reluctant towards it, but I ended up falling in love with it.
Wow.
Cross country was my favorite sport. Basketball was fun. It kind of fell on the back burner, but cross country, I loved the team camaraderie and everything. And senior year came around, I was the captain.
Really?
I just loved it so much, and I wanted to make the team better. It was all about making sure everyone else was training to be better. So whoever
you already have those coach qualities.
Yeah, right. I guess
You have a heart for it.
Thank you. But that was my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
More greens, please.
Yes.
That's your Instagram.
Yes.
At
plug.
moregreens_, please.
Yes.
Correct.
So
Tell us about that.
I started that my sophomore year of college at the end of the second semester.
So that's been 5 years?
Almost 5 years.
It's crazy, right?
Time
Wow.
goes by so fast.
Yeah. It's crazy. I had followed several people on Instagram that were posting about their food and stuff like that, and there was this girl that I just loved her whole like brand, I guess.
Yeah.
Her name is Rachel Good Eats, so it's kind of like a plug for her too. But she's like famous basically now.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows her, but like in the food blogger world and all of that.
Right.
She's a registered dietitian, and she just posted things that I was like, yes, that makes so much sense. Like, of course we need to be eating, you know, a carb and a fat together versus like just snacking on a carb or just things like that, you know, to make you feel satiated, and eating a full balanced meal, stuff like that. And so it's something we're not really taught, and not a lot of people are aware of.
Yeah.
And we wonder why, like, sometimes our energy isn't up all the time, or like,
Hello, sir. No, thank you.
Cat's fucking up the furniture.
yeah, like why we're not energized throughout the day, or we're not full enough, or we're not, even if you're not hungry, like if you're not hungry, there's also a problem. You know, it's definitely a experiment with yourself, and that's why I started health coaching too, because I have found so much joy in just experimenting with my own body and trying to figure out what works for it. And I'm not perfect, because there are things that I'm still working on, and the body is just so interesting. I did not do well in science growing up though, so that's why I didn't go the science route. Chemistry was hard as shit.
I loved chemistry.
That was my worst subject.
I was an AP.
Oh, damn.
Smarty pants.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Just things like that I loved. So I wanted to start sharing that even more. And that's why I started More Greens Please. I wanted to share some of my workouts, you know, like watching all the bodybuilders share all their stuff. But then it was like, I didn't feel comfortable enough to, you know, record myself working out. And so
That's how I feel sometimes.
I was like, there's enough people for that. So everyone else can do that. Yeah. I would share, like, if I were to type out my workout, like I would share that sometimes, but I didn't need to, like, you know, literally prop up my phone, record myself working out.
I know. And then when you're at the gym too, and there's other people and you're recording yourself, they're probably like, I mean, I would imagine I would just get even more stage fright from that, because I just don't want people to look at me while I'm at the gym.
And again, like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, if someone does it, great. Like, you know what, maybe I'll try their workouts.
Yeah.
I'm
watching their workouts.
Yeah, I'm
watching
their I was always creative growing up. Sometimes I question, like, why did I go into finance? Because that is, like, the most least creative job. But I was like, finance was hardest. It was the hardest subject for me in college. And so I was like, you know what? I want a challenge. So I went into finance.
I think you're always challenging yourself, and that's something that I love about you. And
Thank
I
you.
Totally need that in my life. And I tell you all the time, like, I get so excited to even just like hang out with you, because I feel like your energy is just so uplifting. You said, again, the challenging situation. You recently finished and completed the 75 Hard.
Yes. Yeah.
How was that?
She did what?
Who started the 75 Hard? What's the guy's name?
Yeah, Andy Frisella.
Okay.
He is the GOAT. I am obsessed with him. So please go listen to, like, his podcasts and stuff. He's aggressive.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. But
That's what
sometimes
we need.
we all need a little push, you know? And I really admire him. And
This is not a fitness program. All caps in red.
it's not.
75 Hard is a transformative mental toughness program.
The website is not the best.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that's
No,
what
it's
I'm at
just
right
like,
now. Hold on.
read me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
75 Hard Challenge. Exercise twice each day for 45 minutes. It doesn't matter what the exercise is, but one of these sessions must be outdoors. Drink 4 liters of water every day. Pick a diet or eating plan and stick to that plan. Is there anything else?
Yes.
What else?
So you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction personal development book a day. And you have to take a progress picture every day. The 2 workouts that are 45 minutes each, one has to be outside, but they also have to be 3 to 4 hours apart. So you can't do an hour and 30-minute long workout. It has to be separate.
Yeah.
And so you basically putting yourself in a disciplinary, mindset where you have to make the time for these things. You have to do this for every day for 75 days. So,
what was your experience?
Yeah. And what happens if you mess up on a day?
Yeah, if you mess up, you have to start all over again.
And when did you start this and complete?
Madness.
So, this is where it gets a little, everyone thinks I'm insane. I started October, I believe, 26th.
2021.
2021, yes. And I got 40 days in. I forgot to take a progress picture. I was actually with Danita.
Yeah.
The day that I forgot
party.
to take a progress picture. Yes.
It's all your fault!
Those darn progress pictures.
And, I also look back on that and I wasn't prioritizing the picture because it wasn't I wasn't worried about what I looked like.
Yeah.
It was just for, the mental discipline. That's what I wanted. 40 days in, forgot to take the progress picture. I woke up the next day so mad. I was so mad. I was like,
sorry.
Fuck this. No, it wasn't even you. I was just like, I'm not doing it again. I'm not starting over. I've got 40 days in. And I called my mom because she's also done it. And she was doing it I started doing it and she started a week after me. So we were kind of doing it together, but it wasn't you messed up, I'm going to stop doing it too. That, I didn't do it because she was doing it. I did it for me. But
good.
I called her and I was like, Mom, I forgot to take a progress picture. Whatever. And my dad was like, oh, forget the progress picture. Just keep going.
Right, it's just a picture.
Yeah, it's just a picture. And that's what everyone was saying, but I'm very much if you listen to Andy's podcast, Andy Frisella's podcast on it, he's like, fucking start over. Start the fuck over. You did not do it. And I read his book too. So it's just I had him in my head that I gave myself an hour and I listened to the podcast again. And I was like, fuck it, I'm starting over. So I did it again. I kept going and everyone's like, oh, how long have you been doing this? 100 days? And I got 29 days in. Again, I forgot to take a progress picture. Which again goes to show you that I just did not care.
That, yeah.
I did not care, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. Forget the progress picture, whatever. I listened to the podcast. And I was like, damn it, Andy. I don't even know him, personally at all. I'm just
there,
he's in my head. He's rent free, oh my gosh. So, I listened to it again, and I started over. So I started October 26th. I was basically already done with 75 Hard. If you thought about it, it was about 70 days. So January 3rd, I started the third time around, and I completed it. So I don't even remember.
You said January 3rd, your third time.
Yeah.
Third time, good luck.
Yeah, third time's a charm. So I don't remember
March.
the last day. It was, March 18th.
Mm-hmm.
March 18th was the last day.
Oh my gosh, so pretty
Recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks,
three weeks
ago. Yeah. It was a great experience. I'm very much like you said, I love to challenge myself.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that I can do to challenge myself, I try to take advantage of. There are a lot of things that I could be doing even more, but again, I give myself grace too, especially with the 75 Hard. There are days where I was like, I don't want to work out twice. It's just so much.
Especially in the cold, going outside and having to do the outside one.
Fuck, I totally forgot. It's basically winter
we're in
out in those
Chicago.
cold ass days.
Yeah.
You probably had one or two nice sunny days where you were probably doing a little run or something, but
Yeah.
Question, did our sledding day count as an outside exercise?
No, I had worked out already. I think twice that day. I my thing is my outdoor workout was, I didn't push myself to do a workout, it was a walk.
Yeah. But that counts.
It's still exercise.
It was still an exercise, yeah, of course. There were some times that I did a workout, but I prioritized my indoor workout, especially in the winter.
Right.
I guess you could be oh, that's the mindset thing. You gotta push yourself, whatever. It's okay, but your body can only do so much. Especially, I did it for 150 days. I know my body. Yeah, 150 days of 75 Hard. I know my body.
Overachiever.
I know. I took it out of my mouth.
I didn't do it on purpose, guys. I didn't want to.
That mental discipline. You did it.
Yeah. The one thing we didn't talk about, I couldn't drink alcohol that entire time.
That's what's getting me.
0 alcohol.
I would love to try 75 hard. However, I'm trying to first lower my alcohol intake and then I'll stop.
Yeah.
And do the 75 hard. Okay.
It's funny because I started the 75 hard after a weekend at college, at my old college, and it was like
Brutal.
I came off of the reason why I started 75 hard was like I don't want to feel like this again for a long time.
I say that all the time though.
And then it's like a week later. Oh, waiter.
Yeah. And I was just like I want to try it. Like my mom did it and I was like, well, fuck, if she can do it, then I can do it.
Right.
And I think if anybody can do it, anyone can do it, you know? So that's how I got into it. But I learned a lot about myself. I feel like it was just me doing this for me. Everyone, of course, would be like, oh, Danielle, just have a drink. Like, it's okay. You can start over, all that.
Tally? That's so rude. Sorry.
She doesn't like me.
It's her.
She's a little bitch. Sorry.
No.
No bites, no scratches.
So with the 75 hard challenge, obviously you try to eat clean. You have a healthy diet. Did your diet change when you were on the 75 hard? Did you do something different?
Yes, definitely from before because I've always been, into my diet and I've tried so many different things. Like my whole journey started, trying to lose weight in college, stuff like that. But it's evolved so much and I've really worked on my relationship with food where it went from like, oh, I gotta eat less, I gotta, only eat this, I can't eat that. Like dairy and gluten I cut out for a long time and I was eating no grain. Like I did the Whole30 diet. It's like an elimination diet to see like what works well for your body and what doesn't. But I stuck with it for a long time and there's nothing wrong with those diets, but if you don't have an issue with like dairy or gluten doesn't feel horrible for you, you don't need to do that. You're kind of depriving your body of certain nutrients and it's all about experimentation though. It's different for literally everybody. But those are only sustainable for so long. I then started eating differently and that's where my relationship with food was improving because I was like, I can have these things in moderation. I can have a little bit of this. I could have pizza and then still have like, a healthy salad and stuff like that whenever I wanted. If I wanted it. If I didn't want it, then why would I force myself to do that? So I was eating pizza and cake, stuff like whatever I wanted. And I felt fine. I felt whatever. I just know that sometimes most of the time, gluten just doesn't make me feel good. Like I feel like bloated and just tired.
It's heavy sometimes.
Yeah. And
I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's dairy
no
for
doubt.
me.
Yeah, my favorite thing and like what I post on More Greens Please is like healthy alternatives to the things that everyone loves. And also I'm taking suggestions for like
You hear that?
Go
DM her.
What are some what are some things that you've posted on More Greens Please?
I made a healthy cookie dough recently that I posted. I mean, people are like, why do you have to make a cookie dough that's healthy? Like, just eat the cookie dough.
Why not? Okay.
I mean,
Why not?
It's just different ways of first of all, the cookie dough that I had, it was made of chickpeas. Sounds weird, but it has protein in it, and it's got fiber in it. It's got good source of fat and carbs. It's just and it tastes good. Why not get the healthy benefits with the good tasting cookie
Exactly.
dough? So, anyways, back to the question really quickly.
Sorry.
No, we always get off track. I did no gluten for 75 hard. Okay. So I was still eating dairy and stuff, and I was eating things that I liked.
Yeah.
And my diet has always been, trying to focus on whole foods versus processed, but I didn't force myself not to no processed food. So it was just gluten-free is what I chose. It was a lot more, I mean, I didn't go out and buy a bunch of gluten-free snacks, gluten-free crackers and all this. It was trying to eat potatoes and fruit and
Vegetables?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegetables. I mean, yes, more greens, please.
Of course.
I always have vegetables, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
Just trying to see what things like.
Be mindful about
Yeah.
what you're eating, but still not like deprive yourself.
Yes, yeah, that was my goal because I feel like the diet part, everyone falls into, you know, like the weight loss. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they hear diet, they're like,
It's
oh, you're
strict.
Yeah, and the program is mental program, not. I mean, there are physical things that happen out of it because you're working out twice a day and you're watching what you eat, but at the same time, it's not the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens.
It's so crazy because you're like testing like all of your limits, like mental, emotional,
Mm-hmm.
physical,
Mm-hmm.
all of this in the 75 hard. Wow.
Could you do it, Tay?
Could I? I mean, I feel like I could. The alcohol part's a little scary to me.
I know. I feel like with working, especially working at like a bar,
Yeah.
restaurant
It's a little bit
situation.
hard. A pizza place.
Yeah.
It's hard, but
It's definitely hard.
congrats. That's amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
seriously.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about your health coaching.
Yes. Yeah.
How is that going? Why did you start that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's something that I really haven't. I mean, I've thought about it, but I don't really talk about it that often. I don't know why I don't talk about my health coaching more.
You have to talk about it.
I
You have
know.
to get that clientele now.
Exactly. So, like, my parents like forget that I'm doing it. That's like how little I talk about it, because I'm so. You know, I have a lot on my plate right now.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm working and I'm doing the health coaching training and the group fitness instructor training. But I got into the health coaching. I've always wanted to do something with my passion for health and fitness. I was like, how do I do that when I'm in finance?
Mhm.
Like, how does that work? And I was like, maybe I'll go work at a health company and do finance. But I'm like, I'm still just doing finance. Like,
Yeah.
going to work for I mean, the values of the company would probably align with me, and like, not that my company does it. I love my company that I work for, but it's just like I would not be doing what I want to actually be doing, which is like helping people and talking about health and fitness. I would be talking about finance, just working at a health and fitness company.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta do something. And I also always have wanted to own my own business and, you know, have like a side job. I was doing little side gigs here and there, and, you know, Danielle and I pulled her into like a bartending gig that I did at a house. We did at a house party. And I did a couple of those over the holiday season, but just like things like that, you know, I like people will hire me to make a charcuterie board for their party and stuff like that. I just wanted to have like something that was solidified, like my own thing. So I was looking around and I was like, maybe I become a personal trainer. But then I was like, I don't really want to work at a like public gym, and the pay isn't always the greatest at those either. And it wouldn't be mine. I'd be working for someone again. So I wanted to do my own thing. And I wanted to also talk about the knowledge of like helping people get into a healthy lifestyle. And I came across health coaching. I don't even know how. I think it was someone on Instagram that I followed, and they suggested it was their side gig too. They went through this. It was called IIN. Was it acronym? I cannot remember what it stands for. Oh, Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And I wanted to talk about like how you can heal yourself with food and just like your overall mental health and physical health, whatever. I looked into IIN, which is like where you can get certified as a health coach, but there I came across Health Coach Institute, which is what I'm actually going through right now. They have a 6-month program, and it was much more modern than what I was looking at with IIN. I thought about it for a long time because it's an investment. It was a pretty big investment, and it took me about like 2 or 3 months to then finally decide to do it. But I was just like, when there's no better time than now.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't do it
Yeah.
now, maybe you'll never do it.
Yeah.
So
And I think I really do attribute like me going through 75 hard to really focus on the things that I want. Like 75 hard really makes you think of the things that you're actually doing with your time, especially because you're disciplining yourself with getting the 2 workouts in. You're not drinking alcohol, so you're less likely to be going out and doing things. Not that I didn't. I've gone to concerts and I didn't drink, but I had a blast anyways. But I really wanted to see, like, okay, these are the things I want to do. I can do that. And I have to be disciplined to do that. And 75 hard helped me get there. So I do attribute that to me becoming a health coach.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from that. I read a lot of books, clearly.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So what is the process of you becoming a health coach? Like, do you have to take classes, or do you have like a license now, or like how does that work?
Yeah. Health coaching is pretty new. A lot of people are getting into the space, so I think it's gonna eventually become to like you have to get a further certification. Right now it's certified by, I don't remember the like official group that runs the certification, but so what I'm going through is a 6-month program, and every week, the way that this one that I'm in is structured is every week a module is open, so it's a bunch of videos for the courses, and it also comes with a skills lab that you have to do. And what that is there's a prompt or whatever that you have to do with someone else in the program. So you're connecting with someone else that is going through the same training as you, and you're basically practicing with each other. Like one person's being the client, one person's being the coach, and you're practicing that scenario. So it's about like 2 to 3 hours a week of training for 6 months.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not too shabby.
It's not too bad. And it's something that I like, so it's like,
yeah, and at least
it's
they,
exciting.
Like, they provide like almost a small community for you,
Yes.
because when you're meeting those, like the new person that you interact
Mhm.
with, you're not alone.
Mhm.
Like I think when I got my real estate license, I just like felt so alone because I did it all online.
Mhm.
And it's like you have the option to reach out to your professor, but like I mean, it was kind of all up front.
Yeah.
So it's like I was really on my own.
Yeah.
But it's good that they actually tell you, like,
Mhm.
And you have a new client, I
Yes.
heard.
a few new clients.
Yes.
Right.
So at this stage in my program, I'm about 3 months in, I think.
Almost done. Halfway.
Yeah, halfway there. So what they do is they require us to officially take 2 clients through what I offer is a 90-day program where you meet with me for an hour for 12 weeks. So it's 90 days in total of like, you're doing the work in between the sessions, but 12 times is when we meet.
Yeah. So by time you're done with your first few clients, you'll be done with the university then.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I have to officially take 2 clients through the program, but what I did is I offered it to 6 people in my network. So all my friends. Danita was one of them. So what I did was I have an initial call with these 6 clients. And then if they want to continue, I'm offering it complimentary right now because I want to build up my clientele base and, word of mouth, get some results from people, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely work in your favor because I feel like I've already told a handful of people, yeah, I'm working with a health coach. Like, how cool does it sound to be like, yeah, I'm
a health coach.
Such an adult right now, and I'm working with a health coach.
Yeah, I hope so. And I'm trying to, I'm very early stages. I don't even know who I want to target, what I want to target. Right now I'm targeting, energy. Mm-hmm. My focus isn't, I don't want to focus on weight loss. I think a lot of people are gearing away from weight loss right now. I mean, as much as people probably do want to lose weight, but I feel like there's a lot that goes into weight loss that we don't know, and not everyone knows about themselves. And my goal is to focus on your energy and your mental health too. It all ties together.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to help you change anything else in your life.
Yeah, and if you have stable mental health, that relieves a lot of stress. And stress is like the number one reason why people are overweight. It just causes so many other health issues too. And yeah, it's easy to say like, oh, I don't know. You don't realize it.
Like
stress
go on a
is,
diet, lose weight, but it's so much more than that.
yeah, and it's also
Yeah.
so stressful. Like,
Right.
oh, I have to eat this, I have to eat that, and I have to work out, and like all of
When
this.
you're
Like,
thinking about it too
if
much.
you're
like,
thinking about it so much, you're stressing yourself out. As much as you're like, no, I'm doing these things are great, whatever. If your body's stressed out, it's not going to do what you want it to do, especially if you're focused on it so much.
Mhm.
That's like, my goal is to focus on the other factors in your life, and maybe that'll come along with it. That's not the goal, but the goal is to just make sure that everything else is aligned so that can come.
An overall healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Love
I
it.
love it. And
Yeah.
I love that you're working on energy specifically. Like, that's just so great because I
Yeah.
think that's something that a lot of people lack these
Mhm.
days is like the high energy and just natural energy too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten any lessons out of all of your experience, out of like More Greens Please, out of everything, or how has this experience impacted you?
Yeah, I think I touched on a couple of them. I think relationship with food, that was a big one. Definitely ups and downs. There were times where when I first started, trying to eat healthy, it was like, I have to eat this, have to eat that, and I was stressing myself out about what I was eating. And there was a period, I started off by like tracking my macros and calories and stuff like that, but your body doesn't know numbers. You can try to control that. It doesn't know numbers. I learned a lot from that because I learned like what foods have a lot of fat, what foods have a lot of carbs, what is the most amount of protein, and I know how to put together a balanced meal. That really helped with that. So
That's awesome.
yeah, from there, like I evolved to, just not using the calculator or whatever, to just eating things that made me feel good. But yeah, so I learned, how to eat like proper foods, and I'm not perfect. I don't eat like clean all the time.
Right.
I had like chocolate popcorn before I came here actually. I was
That
with
is
my parents.
interesting.
Well, it was like
She's like, confession.
yeah, right. No, it was like a caramel coated popcorn, and it was like in clusters with like chocolate drizzles on it.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was really good. It was like
Yeah.
crack, but
It's crack again.
yeah. But no, I learned a lot with my food relationship, and then with like working out, I've learned so much of like what I like. Like, like I was like, oh, I gotta do cardio in these days, and then like work out and lift on these days. But I love strength training, and I just like, you can just do that if you want. And it's okay to not have a super hard workout and not sweat like
Yeah.
so much. You don't have to sweat.
Thank you. Can you tell Mason that too?
Like, you don't have to just be drenched and depleted every time you finish your workout. That's stressing your body out. Your body is so stressed out, it's not gonna do what you want it to do. It's okay to just go on a walk. Like, then that's all you do. My thing is, if I were to say, like, how do you live the most basic healthy lifestyle? Eat what makes you feel good, and eat till you're full, and stop when you're full. Drink water. Just drink water.
Stay hydrated.
Move your body for at least 20 minutes a day, and just move your body. It's not you have to power lift, like do CrossFit, all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, go on a walk, get fresh air, or just walk on the treadmill, do something, stretch, do yoga. Just stuff that makes you feel good, because that's just what works for you, and no one else knows you more than you do. So and I would say just make sure that your mental health is, good.
Nice.
And breathe.
Killer advice. You heard it here first.
Yeah, right?
More greens, please. Wait, last question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite food?
Oh gosh, I
I'm
literally
getting serious. I had to look at
serious. That's funny, because I literally asked my dad the other day what his favorite food was, because I don't know what mine is. So he was like, that's really hard because I don't know. But if we literally had this discussion, thank God, because I would have nothing to say right now. If I were to go back in time and bring my grandmother back, my nana, I would have her make me her lasagna.
Ooh.
Literally,
Stop.
so good.
Did you get the recipe?
Yes, I do have.
But it
this.
won't be as good as
Yeah.
No.
the
Except
pure
I got her
Italian-
tiramisu recipe. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. We're both like, sorry.
I got her tiramisu recipe, and everyone, like, every holiday party, she would have to make that because it was to die for. Like, so good.
You'll have to make us that next time.
Yeah.
I love tiramisu.
Can we do a combo? The lasagna and the tiramisu.
Oh, that's a good idea. I made that for some of the holiday parties, and people are like,
It's a hit.
you might have made it a little bit better. And I was like, oh, stop.
Wow.
She heard that.
Yeah, yeah, right? But no, yeah.
Did you actually just say that?
Yeah. Haven't had that lasagna in a long time. But that would be my favorite, like, all-time favorite food.
Nice.
Lately, I have no idea.
It depends on the day.
It
I
really
think
does.
It depends on the day. That's why. Like, I wanted to know because
Yeah.
it's an important topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're interested in, like, food I eat, I sometimes post it on More Greens Please, so.
Go follow.
Follow
Yeah.
at @moregreens_please.
Yes.
The one thing that we didn't get to ask you and that we like to ask all of our guests is what does modern day hippie mean to you?
You don't have to consider yourself as a modern day hippie unless you want to join us. Join the cult. But what is that the modern day hippie term mean to you? What comes to your mind?
Well, I think I just think of, like, I don't even know, because
No wrong answers.
when I think of modern day, I think of Gen Z. But at our age, I feel like we focus a lot on self-care and wanting to, be better in terms of, like, being good people and all of that. So a modern day hippie, I think, would be someone that, does a lot of self-care.
Living their best life.
Yes.
Staying healthy.
And just enjoying life as it comes. Nothing, like, too serious. Yeah.
Which is so important,
totally,
though.
yeah.
It's so important just to live life
Yeah.
however you want it to.
I consider myself a modern day hippie.
Oh!
I'm pretty granola.
We love granola.
Yeah.
No, but I love that you said the whole Gen Z thing because I totally think that, like, it is very much our generation is so about just being more mindful about the earth and stuff, and like, oh my god, like they have like a lot of views and stuff on different things, but we're done here.
Thanks for coming out to the podcast.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Yay!
I feel like we know you 100 times better now.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Awesome.
Oh wow, like totally freaked me out. I mean, right on. Taurus cheers are number one.
Hey guys! Thank you so much for listening to Modern Day Hippies. To help support our podcast, leave a 5-star rating. It doesn't seem like much, but it means the most to us. Follow us on Instagram and visit our website at mdhpodcast.com. Leave any comments, suggestions, and questions in our Connect box. We love you, Modern Day Hippies!